I recently read the book 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals by Oliver Burkeman. Oliver, a journalist and author, challenges conventional time management advice by addressing a profound truth. Our time on Earth is finite, roughly 4,000 weeks if we live to 80 years. Instead of prescribing productivity hacks, Burkeman invites us to reevaluate our relationship with time and focus on what truly matters. Oliver Burkeman opens 4,000 Weeks with a stark yet liberating reminder. The average human lifespan is about 4,000 weeks, and no matter how we frame it, life is profoundly short. While this reality might seem overwhelming or even depressing at first glance, Burkeman argues that embracing it can lead to a more meaningful existence. Our culture often avoids confronting mortality, distracting us with endless tasks, goals, and self-improvement strategies. Burkeman critiques this busyness culture which prioritizes squeezing the most out of every second and perpetually chasing future accomplishments. By doing so, we often lose sight of what truly matters. He encourages us to confront the finite nature of life, not as a source of despair, but as a path to clarity. When we accept that we can't do everything or control every moment, we gain the freedom to make deliberate choices about where to invest our time and energy. By shifting focus from productivity to presence, we open ourselves to a more intentional way of living. This means recognizing that some things will inevitably go undone and that saying no to one thing is an opportunity to say yes to something else, something more meaningful. One of Burkeman's most striking insights is the concept of the efficiency trap. He argues that our relentless pursuit of efficiency, getting more done in less time, often exacerbates the very problem it seeks to solve. When we optimize our schedules or adopt productivity hacks, we don't find ourselves with more free time. Instead, we fill the newfound gaps with additional tasks, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of busyness. Burkeman likens this trap to a treadmill. The faster you run, the faster the treadmill moves beneath you. As expectations rise, both from ourselves and from others, we experience a constant sense of being behind, no matter how productive we become. Modern tools and systems, which promise to simplify life, often complicate it further. For example, faster communication tools like email or instant messaging lead to more demands on our time, rather than less. To escape the efficiency trap, Burkeman suggests we abandon the fantasy of getting it all done. This doesn't mean giving up on tasks entirely, but recognizing that it's impossible to tackle everything that comes our way. Instead, we must prioritize, focus on fewer things that truly matter, and allow ourselves to leave less important tasks undone. The key isn't about perfecting time management, but embracing time's inherent limits. Burkeman proposes several counterintuitive principles to reshape how we view time. 1. Acknowledge that you can't do everything. The pressure to do it all is an illusion. Accepting that some tasks and goals will be left undone allows us to focus on what truly matters without guilt. 2. Focus on your big rock. Borrowing from the metaphor of a jar filled with rocks, pebbles, and sand, Burkeman urges us to prioritize our most meaningful projects and relationships. By identifying and dedicating time to our big rocks, we avoid filling our lives with trivial distractions. 3. Procrastinate strategically. Instead of trying to eliminate procrastination, embrace it strategically. Consciously delay less important tasks to devote energy to those that align with your values. 4. Develop patience. In a world obsessed with speed, patience is a radical act. Slowing down fosters deeper engagement and better results. As Burkeman notes, life's most meaningful experiences, such as building relationships or mastering a craft, require time. 5. Let go of the need for control. Recognize that the future is inherently unpredictable. Obsessive planning often leads to anxiety rather than certainty. By focusing on the present and taking meaningful action, we can navigate life's unpredictability with greater peace. A recurring theme in the book is our tendency to treat the present as merely a means to an end. Many of us fall into the when I finally mindset, believing we'll be happy or content only after achieving certain goals or reaching specific milestones. Burkeman warns that this mindset leads to perpetual dissatisfaction, as even when we achieve these goals, new ones inevitably take their place. This focus on future outcomes robs us of the richness of the present moment. We treat today as a stepping stone to tomorrow rather than appreciating it for its own sake. Burkeman reminds us that life is nothing more than a series of present moments. And when we fail to engage with them fully, we miss the very essence of life itself. To counteract this, Burkeman encourages cultivating an awareness of the present. This doesn't mean we should never plan for the future or strive for achievements, but we must balance this with the ability to savor the here and now. Activities like mindfulness, deep conversations, or even mundane tasks can become sources of fulfillment when approached with intentionality. Life doesn't happen in some imagined future. It's happening right now, and learning to appreciate that is key to meaningful living. One of the most counterintuitive yet profound ideas Burkeman presents is cosmic insignificance therapy. He challenges the modern obsession with leaving a legacy or making a grand impact on the world, arguing that this pressure creates unnecessary stress and distorts our priorities. From the perspective of the universe's vast timeline, our individual lives are minuscule. This realization, far from diminishing the value of life, can liberate us from the need to constantly prove our worth. When we stop trying to achieve cosmic significance, we can redirect our energy toward the things that truly matter. Our relationships, passions, and the small joys that make life meaningful. Burkeman emphasizes the beauty of ordinary acts. Sharing a meal with loved ones, tending to a garden, or offering kindness to a stranger may not make history, but they enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. By embracing this humble approach to meaning, we free ourselves from the impossible standards of changing the world and instead focus on living authentically. In a society that prizes speed and instant results, Burkeman makes a compelling case for patience and persistence. He draws on the metaphor of staying on the bus, a concept introduced by photographer Arno Minkkinen. Minkkinen compares creative and personal growth to a bus route. If you keep switching buses, seeking shortcuts or instant gratification, you'll never reach your destination. True mastery and fulfillment come from staying on the same bus long enough to see where it takes you. Burkeman argues that this principle applies to all areas of life. Whether pursuing a career, developing a skill, or building relationships, persistence is essential. The early stages of any endeavor often feel derivative or unoriginal, but enduring this discomfort leads to deeper growth and creativity. Patience also allows us to appreciate the journey itself. Life's most meaningful achievements often come from small, consistent efforts over time rather than dramatic leaps. By embracing incremental progress, we can avoid burnout and find satisfaction in the process, rather than fixating solely on the outcome. For those navigating the challenges of business or creative pursuits, Burkeman offers several practical insights. Define your priorities and say no to distractions, even if they seem appealing. Accept that good enough is often sufficient, freeing energy for what truly matters. Set boundaries around your work to protect personal time and prevent burnout. Resist shortcuts that strip meaning from your work. True satisfaction comes from depth, not speed. Cultivate patience and incremental progress, recognizing that success takes time. Burkeman offers a radical yet freeing perspective. Life is finite, messy, and unpredictable, and that's okay. The pursuit of perfection, whether through flawless time management or achieving monumental goals, is not only unrealistic but also counterproductive. Instead, he urges us to embrace our imperfections and focus on the ordinary joys and challenges that define our days. Burkeman's message is clear. Let go of impossible standards. Stop trying to do it all, and allow yourself to live fully within the constraints of time. Life is not a puzzle to be solved or a race to be won. It's a fleeting gift to be cherished. By accepting this, we can engage more deeply with our lives, cultivate meaningful connections, and find joy in the simple, unremarkable moments that make up our 4,000 weeks. These were the core messages I gathered from Oliver's book. He offers much more wisdom to help you rethink time and live more intentionally. I highly recommend it. If you'd like a free ebook summary of the insights I gathered from Oliver's book, just click the link below, and I'd be happy to email it to you. If you already subscribe to the free Weekend Book Club newsletter, this PDF ebook is already in your inbox. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a productive weekend.